This week we're going to talk about MacBook Pro 16-inch images leaking, talking about Apple doing more to help the community around the Cupertino area, and also the fact that iOS 13 no longer wants you to multitask. Let's get started. Welcome back to Apple Unwrapped. My name's Simon Knapp, and if you are new here, please consider subscribing. And given that I only have 10 subscribers right now, the chances are fairly high that you are new, so welcome. So as always, people on the internet are easily enraged, and this week the award for most easily enraged people go to those who are upset that the 16-inch MacBook Pro, as seen in leaked images, appears to be bigger than the 15-inch MacBook Pro. Unfortunately, people are enraged by the fact that physics exists and there are laws with which we have to abide. I don't understand the outrage here. A 16-inch model to me was always going to be slightly bigger, at least because there simply aren't the bezels on the 15-inch MacBook Pro screen to expand into. Apple doesn't do an edge-to-edge MacBook Pro screen yet. And frankly, they don't do an edge-to-edge iPhone screen, despite the fact they'll tell you it's bezel-free. It's not. So why would we assume that the 16-inch was going to buck the trend of all the existing MacBooks and do it? I don't understand. 16-inch is probably going to be bigger than 15-inch, and that is just how it works. Are you interested or excited about a 16-inch MacBook Pro? Let me know in the comments below. I would be more excited if it was going to be an ARM model, but I still don't believe that the ecosystem is ready for that. Let me know if it's something that you're interested in and what you're really looking forward to. Next, Apple has announced that it's going to drop $2.5 billion helping those in and around the San Francisco and Cupertino area, which is fantastic. $2.5 billion, $1 billion of which will go onto affordable housing, help people at the lower end of the income spectrums get secure housing, which is fantastic. Another $1 billion will go to help people secure mortgages and pay down mortgage debt. Again, fantastic, hard to argue with. And the last $200 million has been dedicated to helping low-income and vulnerable populations in and around the Bay Area. Hard to grumble. Frankly, the big tech companies who seem to find a way to pay very little tax around the world, exploiting every tax loophole, as I would expect them to because governments don't close the tax loopholes, it's nice to see them actually giving back to the community that are close and in and around the area in which they operate. It's great. Will we see other tech companies follow suit? I really hope so. There's no reason why Google or Facebook shouldn't be helping those people that they're actively displacing around the Bay Area. Tech companies have thrown real estate prices up into the atmosphere, and if you're a Joe Local, you probably can't afford to live there anymore, which isn't great. Right, let's get on to the biggest infuriating factor of my week. iOS 13.2 for some reason seems to have stopped multitasking. 13.2 has a really aggressive stance towards RAM management of background threads and background tasks, and it's making iOS really, really hard to work on. iPadOS seems to be a little bit better, but it's still not great. For some reason, it's either slipped through quality control at Cupertino, or it's a bug by mistake, or it is an active approach to try and, I don't know, improve battery life perhaps by shutting down background threads. Frankly, I'd rather have less of a battery life, but be able to use my iPad and my iPhone just the way I want, multitasking and switching around from app to app. And I hope it's a bug. I really hope they don't try and sell this as a feature now that they've improved the battery life with software tweaks. Only time will tell. I'm waiting out for the latest developer beta. As soon as I see that that is released, I will post something on Instagram. If you're experiencing the same problems of apps just suspending themselves and then shutting down in the background and becoming a brand new launch when you open them again, let me know in the comments. Specifically, which apps are you finding are struggling to be background managed? I'm having issues with multiple tabs in Safari and also running YouTube on a background thread. The strange one to me is Overcast running. Marco Arment sounds like he is particularly unhappy. Let me read you exactly what he said. I'm sure Apple has good excuses about why their software quality is so shitty again. I hear the same thing over and over from people inside. They aren't given enough time to fix bugs. Your software quality is broken, Apple. Deeply, systemically broken. Get your shit together. And I don't think he's wrong. iOS 13 seems to have gone out of its way to break long-lasting and well-established technologies and features. And there's no obvious reason why. The only thing I can think is that they are trying to maximize these ridiculous margins that they have by not allowing or not growing the team sufficiently such that they can cover the bugs before the annual release cycle. And there's no real reason to have the annual cycle other than the fact that that's what people have come to expect. They could release new point releases every 3 months, and point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, and then iOS 14 would be here. And that would be great. It would be a nice way to actually build out the process and give people time to fix the bugs. Because nobody Nobody, no consumer wants to get the latest version of iOS for one feature and find that 99% of what they do doesn't work anymore. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments below. So, if you've liked the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Right about now, there should be a subscribe button over here. This will be a video that YouTube thinks is best for you. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like the content, if there's anything I can work on to improve. I'll talk to you again very soon. Bye-bye.